Mana makes you manifest.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Hamza, Might of the Yathan. This is a new Dragonstorm Tarkir alchemy card that manifests on landfall, and when you flip a face down, face up, you have that creature endure based on its toughness. This card has two pseudo combos to it, allowing you to either pull every single creature out of your deck face down with a Shia, or every single basic land out of your deck with threats around every corner. And if you're filling up your board with tons of face down creatures, you can also flip them up to get some triggers. And we have a ton of great landfall cards in Arena, and lots of ways to play extra lands, generate extra lands, bring your lands back from the graveyard, all things that help Hamza make more value. And because you're ramping by playing more lands, you can always replay Hamza if he's destroyed. In this deck, we can go wide with Scoot Swarms, make tons of mana with Nissa, and we can even double all our triggers with Ancient Green Warden. And if you've gone wide but you just need a way to push through, don't worry, Nissa's gonna see all those forests in our deck and give some serious trampling action. So let's take Hamza into the queue and start manifesting some mana. Rennie of the Unwritten. Rennie's sweet. It's dragons. I love dragons, and a dragon typal deck, that's a fine thing to have. I have a Bitter Triumph, a little bit of removal. I can use this to find a Surveil land so I can see a little deeper, and then I hopefully can get another land so I can get even more lands. If I can pull it off, I have the Ashaya Hamza combo here. Rennie of the Unwritten, I should mention, is the 7 mana 7/7 dragon, which is going to be coming down, getting another dragon, and potentially getting another dragon when it attacks too. It checks the top 8 cards of your deck, and if your deck is a dragons deck, it'll have dragons in there. You can either build it around like more mid-rangey dragons and dragon synergy, or you can build it more around like the big bomb dragons, the dragons that just enter and do something huge, like the other Rennie. Killing Kami of Bamboo Groves is not really what I'm looking to do here, but I also don't think I'm going to be running Trail of Mystery out in this game because I have the Ashaya. Instead, I'll just hold this Bitter Triumph in case they play something like a Gwenna or a similar, like a Sarkhan, something that makes sense to kill. Ooh, Dragon's Horde. Rennie's Council, nice. Is this a Rennie rare or mythic? It's a mythic. It was one of the face commanders of the commander decks. Don't really want that. And I'm doing this at sorcery speed. It's better if I have a big boy out, but I'm still down with doing it now. I must ramp! And they must get dragons. Rennie's Council is cool. It just like gets you a dragon. Versus Incubator to discount their dragons by 2. Not me not drawing a land. Blossoming Tortoise can grab that Surveil land back out of the graveyard. I could also grab one of these fetches, but I'm going to go for the Surveil to try to make sure I have a land on top. I do. Excellent. And now they have Hasty Dragons at a double discount. Right. Oh, like, where's the Rennie? I'm scared. Where's the Rennie? Guess I'll start with Ashaya. Land actually first into Ashaya. And not attacking in. Yes. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm leaving up black mana. No, I said I want to make sure I'm leaving up black mana. Game, thank you. Because now this is a land. And I can use it to kill a Rennie before it attacks. Or potentially a different dragon. Yes, Vortex has reach, but 7/7 versus 6/6. And remember how it gets another dragon? Okay, before they even get the other dragon, I am going to discard a card to kill this. Dropping Trail of Mystery. They didn't tap this in response, so they miss out on getting a blue mana. And setting up for the combo, I think, is like my best chances of survival. Cunning Azure Scale is going to get them to either lands or non-lands. I feel like they could use a land, but they have lots of other ramp. Tireless Provisioner, that's ramp. No, it's ramp once they get a land. Cool. Cavern of Souls. Naming Dragon. I don't have counter spells in my deck. They might have counter spells in their deck, though. I'm going to try to do the combo. Hamza! I hovered on the stack for a second there and I got worried. Alright, so this is just going to go automatically. Every single creature card in my deck is going to come into play. Face down. They are all lands, so they're getting +1/+1 from Blossoming Tortoise. And they're immune to Cyclonic Rift. Because of Ashaya, they're immune to River's Rebuke. Could they still kill me in the air with a Rennie? Absolutely! They're a Dragon's deck. They have so many discounts. They have haste set up. But I have every single creature in my deck in play. And there's like, what, 30-something of those? Who knows? One of them will probably be Birds of Paradise. That gives me one blocker in the air. Because I can still flip something up. I have 3 mana available, though I'm probably attacking with these. Okay, so who's flippable? Sorry, I gotta check here. Hauntwood Shrieker, where are you, Zone Guard? This, that, the other guy. Dang, if I had been paying more attention, I could have flipped up this Vine Lasher when I got it. Oh wait, no, I can't flip it up. I don't have black mana. I love it's like choose attackers. It's like I can't even see my attackers. I want to gain 1 life. Thanks. Can you flip Scoots while it's like that? Yes. So I have Grazer or Birds of Paradise as things I can flip up. All right, they're going to get slightly smaller. Yeah, but you have to, like, pay attention to what you're having, and you have to have more mana up. Let's see what goes on. Here comes a Rennie. A Rennie has haste. And a Rennie finds... Shimmer Dragon. Oh, that's definitely not my Rennie deck, since I don't run Shimmer Dragon. Or Gnawbone. Actually, I added Old Gnawbone into a version of my deck. See what they get on the attack with a Rennie. Miriam, who doubles their dragons. All right, I'm gonna manifest and put counters on it. They get 7 mana in the form of treasures. Any dragons they play get doubled. Yeah, I'm manifesting abundance. They're tapping a treasure, or 2 treasures to draw a card. Playing a Henge. Okay, that's a little bit of life. It's 2 mana for 2 mana, though. They could absolutely put a dragon in hand with a Rennie's Council, too. Remember, the dragons all have discounts. Irene. So they actually only have 5 lands, so this only does 5 damage, which is considerably, like, less impressive than it was. It'll deal 10, though, because, like, Miriam will double it. It's just not as... It's not as big as it was before. So they're gonna take out a couple of my forests. I don't even know which ones these are. Those ones. And now it's my turn. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. Yeah, I can just press spacebar. Yeah, they're counting too. Listen, if you want me to take game actions, trust me when I say there's game actions I can take. For the sake of everybody involved, let's not do that and just let the swing happen. That's a whole lot of manifest. GG, Irene of the Unwritten. Elspeth Storm Slayer makes a ton of tokens, can kill things, can make everything bigger and more flying. She's really good. She's crazy good. She's both an enabler and the payoff and removal. That's not even a both. That's an all 3 things. She's everything. She can truly do it all. Token Abzan's Pilgrim. It can tap for mana, or it's a 1/1. That's power. Ooh, a Chrome Mox on turn 1, so they have 2 mana to start. Raise the Alarm. Ironcrag. Okay, yeah, so I want to ramp up into Elspeth. That's fair. I guess I want to make sure I have double green, and I'll play the Hauntwood Shrieker. Another way for me to manifest, but it's not regular manifest like this. It is manifest dread. Horn Power Stone. Oh, yikes. You are... I wonder if this is actually the Elspeth control variant. Certainly could be. I'm not attacking with that in case I get something really important. I did not get anything super important. I can turn 2 mana into 1, though, using Boseiju. And I think I'll do that. They'll still have 5 mana for next turn, but they won't have 6 mana as likely. Hi, Elspeth. They made 2 tokens. Kids, go slam into Elspeth. That's not where I want that. Bringing out Vorinclex. I'll just grab 2 basic forests. That's very fine with me. And now I'm set up pretty well to do some Hamza stuff next turn. Henge, Hamza. Up to it. That sure is 6 bunnies. Are you gonna give them all the big flying and stuff? Maybe next turn? No, they're killing Vorinclex, so I can't block in the air. Or, like, flip it over or do anything. Hippity hoppity. Aw, Shrieker. There goes my big stuff, so I can't henge first. I guess I'll go for Hamza still. Hamza? Landfall. I can deal 1 damage guaranteed to Elspeth. I'll do it. So I'm going to pay 1 here to endure my Birds of Paradise and swing it at Elspeth. And I'll also swing this at Elspeth, just trying to take out some tokens. Welcoming Vampire is going to draw them a card because they're going to make some tokens. Oh, never mind. They're not making tokens. They're just like, hey, you know what? You're going to die in like 2.5 swings in the air. Maybe less. Her 0 ability is really strong. This would make stuff come in tapped. That's good. Henge first, because Hamza's things are not actually tokens. So they will draw me a card. Scoop bug. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've played a land for turn. If I draw another land, I can play another land. This will get me a land in play. They might actually want this dead. Okay, I'm going to attack Hamza and this at you. We still turn that face up. A spirit. Oh, and I need, before this trigger happens, I have to, like, make sure I'm not dead to all this. Because I might be. No, because I can get the Boseiju, which comes in untapped. And then I can Arboreal Grazer, and I still have a blocker for the air. Okay, awesome. I live. Hey, Stock Tom, thank you for the sub. Thank you for supporting the channel. Who knows? Maybe I'll even draw a land and be able to put it into play for more bugging. It's not a land. It is ramp, though. So now I just have to, like, not die. Which... yeah, I have to not die. They play her again. Do you go wide or do you go big? Because it's not lethal as far as I can see. Especially because I do have this blocker. I'll throw the blocker just in front of the Welcoming Vampire. And now I think I have lethal. I say this questioningly because I don't know. Make it extra big. Double check my numbers here. Number go up. Number go down. Number go around. Swing at face. Triggers, 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 triggers. And their number goes down. We win the game. GG, Elspeth. Zurgo Storm Render. This is the Zurgo that is going to be having Mobilize and then triggering when things are sacrificed. Well, when tokens leave the battlefield. But it's the Mobilize tokens that are sacrificed. They're saying, hi, hi. I have 2 pieces of ramp here, but I can't play them until turn 2. This Zurgo, though, very great because it's either card draw or like a mini Blood Artist effect. Depending on if your tokens die in combat while they're attacking in or not. Oh my god, and the thing I'm usually the most afraid of on turn 2 just came out on turn 1. So that's horrifying. Let's ramp. I get to double ramp this turn at least, so I can tap this for green, tap it for more green, and bop it. Ruby Collector now is Mobilize 2, and all attacking tokens get +1/+0. I don't understand why this card is 2 mana. It's so wild. This card's so good. One, 2, 3, 4. They can give something haste. Zurgo's getting haste. And he's going to have Mobilize 3, thanks to Waystone's guidance. Like, this alchemy set introduced so many ridiculously strong cards. So I'll take 3 more damage here, putting me to 13. Yikes. Thanks, Zergo. Ow. I could make some blockers with Necro Bloom or Hamza here. I'm gonna go for Hamza, since 2/2s are slightly better than 0/1s. It's a doggy. And a Green Warden. Okay, but now I have blocking power. Which, remember how, like, if these die, I take more dead? Yeah. Worried about it. Just a bit. Ruby Collector could also buff up all their attackers. Right now they only have access to 1 red, so it would just be pumping once. Never mind, they're killing the Ruby Collector to kill, or I should say exile, Hamza. Here comes Zergo. I will triple block Zergo because I don't trust them to not have another piece of removal. And I take all the damage from this. And oh, by the way, this is a perpetual on Waystone's guidance, right? Or no, it's not perpetual. Okay, so it doesn't follow it back into the command zone. I should consider that a very good thing. I'm gonna flip up this so I can play some lands from the graveyard. They can haste this again. I can gain 1 whole life. It's a reflexive trigger, so I only gain 1 off this, not multiple. Grab the plains. And I think just sit here, since they gotta go fast. Zergo Unleashed. With Mobilize 1 and Mobilize 2. Totally Mobilize 3. The Nissa that gets a forest and then flips. I'm gonna grab her here. 1 forest, please. Awesome. I'm not actually using it for much, though. I'm gonna exile Zergo, and I'm doing it now. And I'm stabilized. I have blockers. I'm about to flip over the Nissa. I can gain a little bit of life every turn. Did I have fun? I did. I survived a turn 1 Waystone's guidance. Sheesh. Ognis, the Dragon's Lash, is a haste commander. You want to swing in with hasty creatures to make treasures. So even if your creatures die, doesn't really matter. You're just going to get more of them. This hand's a little weird because it's like, yes, I have the turn 1 ramp, but also I don't have a 3rd land. It's fine. I have a way to get another land. We'll see how this works out. Hopefully I will be still drawing some lands. That would be helpful. And I have a combo. The threats around every corner. Hamza gets every basic land out of my deck, which is very nice. Lots of manifest. Loads of manifest. Because each time you get a basic, you get another face down from Hamza, which gets you another one of these. It's really good. Disabled Passage, cracking open, getting some lands. Yeah, Ognis is cool. It's like Jund aggro, sometimes with like a sacrifice or a treasure sub theme. How many basics do I have in this deck? I tried to build this deck to have a ton of basic lands in it. It has like, I think fewer than my Karametra deck, but still quite a few. I want a Rampant Growth here, so you can see all the basics right there. Get him. Actually, I'm gonna hold you back. Nice, Kalain. That makes me think they do have like a treasures thing going on. They could have removal for my threats around every corner. I'm gonna hold the forest. These are not really what I want to be manifesting, but sure. So dreadful. I want to hold the forest so I have a way to trigger Hamza next turn. So they can go for Agnes this turn, and Agnes with this treasure will also have an additional power and toughness. Extra strong. They could also destroy my threat around every corner if they know how much of a problem it is. The fact that it is a 4 mana that gets you your 5th mana that perfectly curves into a Hamza combo is so nuts. Yeah, if you look at this deck list and you're wondering, Amy, why is the land so much more basic than usual? It's because I'm running this combo. Rather than, like, maximizing fixing, the deck is almost entirely mono green. Ooh, no, they're going for Ruby. Okay, Hamza. Play the forest. See if we can kick off this chain. So they might be killing Hamza in response. Yep, okay. So that's going to still get me the land, though, which is cool. So I can do it again next turn. Nice. Go get him, Blush Portico. Yeah. Reckless Impulse. They're diggity digging. Oof. Unleash the Inferno. That destroys threats around every corner. Right? Destroys an artifact or enchantment? Yeah. So they could bop one of the face downs and take out threats. That's a very good card for them to get. Okay, so the combo's offline. That means we just have to play this as a normal, regular schmegular. Well, it's gonna be a landfall deck. I don't want to say fun and fair because it's a landfall deck. And we've all played enough landfall decks to know that your mileage may vary on the amount of fun you're having. So I got my kitten. Meow meow. Nice trampler that can double up with landfalls. I've used up my lands in hand. These are going to be pinging as lands enter. This can get me a land on chapter 2. I could also just, like, play Hamza because it's Hamza. Fireblade Artist. Nice. Switchgrass Grazer. Awesome. So this deals damage when it attacks. I was going to say, like, if they wanted to, they could, like, kill this. Okay, let's go for Wee Hobbitses, and I'm going to kill the Switchgrass Grazer. This can also make it so things can't block, and it also makes it so damage is not removed over time. Keep attacking in with the 2/2. Cool. They have 6 mana. I just noticed how pretty their lands are. Nice. Yeah, they got some of the, like, the space shocks, comet shocks and stuff. Those are cool. Ooh, Shivan Devastator. Yeah, that's got haste. But they're not attacking in. They're setting up for big blockies. Surveilland, go! Scythecat, grow! Oh, Oracle would be so sweet. I don't really have to worry about counter spells. Because, you know, they're a Jund deck and they're tapped out. Who did I get? Llanowar Elf. Cool. Okay, I will attack in... Do I attack with everything? Yeah, let's do it. Hey, everyone! Get in here! Taking out Agnes and Devastator. And they go down to 4. They took out the kitten. They're saying good game. Rankle comes out, and Rankle can at most just kind of like trade 1 for 1, make us draw, discard. And I have something easy to sacrifice, so it's no big deal to me. GG, Agnes. Sagan, Raider Warlord, one of the most aggressive Mardu commanders. it starts your engines, and it's going to be using its speed to buff up all the other creatures, giving them all first strike once you get to speed of 4 max speed. I think Sagan is one of those cards where, like, you gotta be ready for it. So I'm mulliganing, even though I had a little bit of, like, a blocker in that hand. I want to make sure I'm ready, because they're probably going to have, like, Ishin, tons of first strikers, and it's going to give a buff based on the number of first strikers when it swings in. It's very, very good. If they play, like, a Ragavan, like, I'm so ready to swords it. Nope. Esper Sentinel. Do I want to let them draw? I will let them draw. This is mostly just to get rid of them also having an easy way to, like, hit me when they start their engines in 2 turns, if that's what they're going for. Rampant Growth, grab me black mana. I need lands, and I need them now. Oh, hey, the Ogmus player just stopped by chat. GG, Pasquala. Let's make some blockers. Get my landfall on. Ping, ping. Pong, pong. Birds of Paradise. I can play Hamza next turn, assuming Birds lives. Sagan's your favorite. Sagan's scary. And I don't have good blockers for Kari Zev because of her whole, like, first strike, menace, also make a monkey. Sagan. Speed 1. Speed fun. If I get a land, I'm probably going for Pok over Hamza, though, because, like, big. Yeah, all right, so I got a land. So it's going to be Pok. Double up this farmland. Get my pings. Try to keep them in line there. And then I have Scythecat Cub, which isn't growing yet, but it eventually will be nice and big. They might just, like, snipe Pok here. Lots of great single target removal in Mardu colors. I mean, like, I'm in black-white, too, and I've got the Swords of Pleasures. I've got the Bitter Triumphs, because they're all really good. Something I do need to be mindful about... Ooh, apparently my song thing messed up. Hopefully that fixes it. I have to be mindful about in this game is using fetches on my opponent's turn makes their speed go up. Ooh, somebody's got haste and menace. No first strike? Okay. Apparently in the top 7 cards of their deck, there's a card with just haste and a card with menace. Okay, Gestalt Thrill Seeker makes number go up. They're almost at max speed. They almost all get that first strike for the huge buff. Right now, everything would be getting +2/+2 on a swing. Hamza. Let's manifest. Who wants to grow? Honestly, I kind of want to go for Birds of Paradise over Scythecat, so I'm going to do that. Give me a flyer. Mardu, like, white has birds, but I wouldn't say they're super known for their flying ability. What is this? Oh, it's, some landfall. And I'll probably be flipping the Nissa up and either making a token just as a chump blocker or turning her into a 4/4. Since I can double up the counters. Double up with counters. They fetch. That's so fetch. Ooh, fetch into Shock Goldhound. That is another first striker. And Ragavan. Your mom lets you have 2 Ragavans? Okay. They have so many attackers here. They're all super huge. Double the monkey, double the fun. Flip up Danissa. I wonder if they have a way to, like, ping me. Before that goes through. I just don't know. Yes, like I have enough blocking and then I can turn around and kill them, I'm pretty sure. Apologize, I'm slow at the blocks here. I have to like make sure that the first strike isn't devastating me, and if they do have something, like one piece of removal, I'm not going to get blown out by it. GG, Sagan. Looks like I do have it. Clement, Novice, Acolyte. Clement is a cute little cleric who can specialize into a variety of different things. In this case, whatever the red one is. Does that make knights? No, reflects damage. Cool. I'll go for a Scythe Cat Kitten. Start making it big. Go, kitten. Make yourself huge. And I'll grab the, I guess, green-white Surveil land here. Set up some information on top of the deck. And I will drop the Ephemerate, since these are not really the cards I want for Ephemerating. Ephemerate's just like a cheap way for me to flip up the face downs. Also sometimes protecting my cards. Ooh, Scorching Shot! They kill the kitten! Dag. I'll go for Scoots. Rootin', Scootin', and Patootin'. And I'm impatient, so I'm just going to make some tokens right now. Grabbing a black source so I can just bring out Hamza next turn. I guess I should have brought out the Overgrown Tome tapped just to avoid shocking in, but this is fine. When you're choosing a commander with Specialized, you get to pick a secondary color. So it's always going to be whatever the base color is, in this case white, and then you pick a second color that you can have in your deck's color identity. Fighter class! You grabbing some equipment? Fiend Lash. Okay, so they're going all in on damage reflection. I'm down. Do you also give trample? No, reach. I was like, I know you give another keyword. Reach. And they're specializing into red, dropping Invasion of Kaldheim. And I want to start with the Trail of Mystery. Yeah, Trail of Mystery first. So I get a basic land out of my deck into my hand. Who are you? Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Nice. I'll play this case at a locked hothouse. And then I can play an additional land this turn thanks to the case. The case will be solved. And the Scoot Boogie is online. I'm down to swing in with Hamza, because he has a higher toughness than he does power. Clement has not even dealt damage. The case is solved! Mithril Coat to make him indestructible. Ah, okay, so when you make something that has this ability indestructible, you're making your own stuffy doll, and if you have two of the ability, you can deal damage to itself, to deal damage to itself, to do damage to itself, to double it each time, to then reflect it onto your opponent. I'm trying to think if I just have lethal, though, this turn. Sure, keep thinning in the deck. Love you a good stuffy doll. I also love a good stuffy doll. Kick it. As long as I have 5 mana, I can flip up the Overlord. Sure. So I have Hauntwood Shrieker, or I could just pay the 5 from it. But I like this more. Which of you is... No, that's Pawk. There we go. Yep. Flip it face up. I will double its toughness, I guess. Since the damage all gets dealt, it doesn't matter which one I do. We have lethal. The point is I have lethal. GG. Pantalaza, Sun Favored, the dino that discovers. I've got not really any ramp here. I've got the threats around every corner, which makes this Trail of Mystery kind of like not as useful. But I'm still going to keep this because it has the 3 lands. It has like one of the best blockers ever. And my deck is chock full of ramp. I'll find ramp. I found ramp. I've turned 3 Clifftop Lookout. This lets me play additional lands. This escape shift for like big Hamza triggers. And hopefully I'll get to do the threats around every corner combo. If I don't, I won't be too bummed because my deck is still very, very good at doing landfall stuff. Because it's an Abzan landfall deck. Oh, they cultivate. And like a mountain and of plains. I wonder if they're running the new cultivate. Song of Season, I think. It's really good. Mossborn Hydra would be... Mossborn Hydra into Escape Shift would be lethal next turn. Because it would go to 2, to 4, to 8, to 16, 32. So you have to get like a lightning bolt off that. They gotta get lost. Okay, so they can stop the Mossborn Hydra. Or not. You guys want to see some damage? 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. Let's grab the auto sack lands. Where's the other one? There's Riveteers. And then it doesn't matter what the other 2 are. I don't know, Surveil Land and Temple Garden. So yeah, Mossborn Hydra. Sure is a card. It's a ridiculous card. And you should play it in your landfall decks. I don't think it should have trample naturally. The fact that it does makes it so just bonkers, crazy, ridiculous, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, 128 damage. You could have got lost the Hydra. You didn't. Kaya, Orzav, Usurper, is going to be able to exile my Delighted Halfling. But I should still be able to use it to ramp first because I have a turn 1 Hobbit into a turn 2 Hero, unless they just kill it. Kaya cares about the number of things in exile. She's able to drain you for that. She can exile things from your graveyard or from your battlefield. She's very flexible, and she plays nicely with various Orzhov midrange and Orzhov control pieces. She also plays really, really well with the other Kayas. So they also just got ramp. So they can take this out. And since they went first, they get to have it. My hero ain't happening next turn. What a way to start. Not even gonna bother making it look like I have stuff. I just want to surveil. Now they could like mess around with my top of the deck. I'm just don't want to hold priority. Okay, Windswept Heath, I'll take it. Chat saying, and also Kaya has great hair. You're not wrong. They're exiling the land from my graveyard. And here comes a forest. 6 mana now. Graveyard Trespasser. There's nothing in my graveyard for them to exile. And I want to do this after they use up all those abilities. This could still get tithed, and I'm just going to hope it doesn't. It didn't. Awesome. Just grabbing 2 forests. This turn, Ashaya is okay. It's a little risky to play it. I could just like binding this. Yeah, I think because of like how present I think a lot of their single target removal is going to be, I want to take out the Kaya and try to do everything on one turn. I know that that's going to be a lot of mana, but I'm a landfall deck. I can ramp. So why'd they leave that in the graveyard, I wonder? I assume they have some way that they're going to exile it out of there to put it back into the command zone. Probably something like that. Windswept Heath. Where's the other surveil? There it is. I was digging. Utopia Sprawl. I'll take it. It's ramp. It's nighttime. Grab a forest. Play a Nissa. Oh. She's been ended utterly. Grab more forests. Boop. I'm ramping and I cast 2 spells, so it's daytime. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm getting pretty close. Currently off by 1 for the Hamza combo. Still don't know why that's in the graveyard. I'm gonna go for Big Nissa. I thought about doing her for less in order to also play Case of the Locked Hothouse. Okay, Obtruse Appropriation. It's a helpful card for them to have. It's less helpful than it is, like, under my control. And I guess, like, this combo is not as helpful here because I don't have, like, the Shuriken Goreclaw. I wouldn't be able to flip over a Pinger if I happened to get it. Let's go for Blossoming Tortoise, Case of the Locked Hothouse. Get myself a land. They've been eating up my graveyard, though, so might whiff. Didn't whiff. Good. And I will swing in for 4. Obtruse Appropriation, you need colorless mana to cast colored pips. They don't have any colorless mana at the moment. At the mo. If I can pressure out like a board wipe first, it'd probably be good. I wonder if they have Farewell, specifically Farewell. Oh, that answers my question now, doesn't it? I'm going to go for Hamza before. Because I can replay this. This one's harder for me to replay. Okay, Elspeth Conquers Death. Hitting Hamza. I will flip this up and make a token. Oracle. That's a land. Because I could have played the Hamza first. I didn't realize I had enough mana to do that. I do. My non-creature spells are taxed. Oh, hi, Akaya. You want to hit Hamza or Oracle? Hamza it is. So now they get landfall, seek, manifest, whatever. If I get 2 lands in a row off the top, it could still go. Nope. Okay. Well, Trial of Mystery. Swinging at their Kaya. I know they can bring it back. But, like, if they do that, they're relegating their other Kaya to the graveyard for even longer. But I like to scry. They can see what's on top. We know it's Pock. I will not Ashaya into Pock. But I will play Pock first. If they don't wipe the board here. Next turn I could draw the game. I could. Okay, who are you ending? Hamza again? Nice crimes you're committing over here, opponent. Chat, you know how tempting this is? It's incredibly tempting. No, I won't. I won't because I'm a responsible adult who plays Pawk before Ashaya. So this is going to make a second Ashaya, which will die. If I went in the other order, I would be making infinite Pawks, which would not be helpful. Okay, we're milling. He lands on top. Goody. I guess probably like elf. It's the most common creature type. Okay, how many lands are in the graveyard? Just the one. And I want to smack into Big Kaya. Yeah, if you are playing Landfall, you're probably playing Ashaya and you're probably playing Pawk. Unless you have no other way to get out of the game, and you're like, I could never accept a loss and I will only accept a draw. I guess you can play Ashaya into Pawk. But otherwise, it just like wastes like 6+ minutes. Aw, dang, it was a Sunfall. Alright, and now we're just back to being a regular Landfall deck. No combos for me. What? It's fine. Play the land, do the flippy dippies. Oh wait, are they gonna kill it in response? Are you sure you're not a Ketramose deck? They have quite a bit of damage here. Between the Hive and that. Kaya's ult will be able to kill me next turn, I believe. Oh, the Mog! Now there are 50 cards in exile. Oh, there's the other combo piece. Though admittedly, like with this many lands out, it doesn't do as much. Ward. Sacrifice permanents. Yeah, I can do that. Can I do that and also swing at the Kaya? No. Alright, so kick it. Uh-huh. Boop, boop. And then I think I'm dead either way. Because I can stop her from ulting, but then they just have lethal creature damage. Do you think they'll see it? Do you think they'll see their line for lethal? 5 + 3, 8. Oh, they're getting there. Oh, they're getting there! And they got there. Yeah, tons and tons of removal. They had both exiling board wipes. Definitely the way to keep a go-wide deck in check. Garuda, Doom of Depths. The Garuda is going to be milling both players and taking a creature with an even mana cost and putting it into play. Now that could be Massacre Worms, it could be clones for Garuda, or they could take some of my cool Landfall buddies because a lot of them have even mana costs. But not Scoot Swarm, they can't take it with that. That's mine, and they can't have it. A Restless Reef, also milling. Hello, kitten. You're so cute. I want to save the interest restoration for when this has 4 power. Because greed is good. So Quest for Necropolis is a way to reanimate that gets discounted by landfall, which is very cool. Chrome Mox, getting them more mana by exiling a card from their hand. Could have a board wipe this turn. That would be too bad for me. Ooh, well, this is going to be coming in tapped because they don't have another land. So they only have 3 mana. That could still be like a Toxic Deluge. Looks like it isn't. I'm going to play the Mortuary. Grow the Kitten. Make a treasure. Nissa. I'll keep Nissa in the deck. Do some restoration. This could get countered. They do have double blue. Oh, no, they're going to remove the text from my creatures. Okay. Okay, fine. I'm playing this Birds of Paradise, though. Bop it! Ah. That's the sound of the bird bopping. Swinging in for 4. My, frogified creatures out here. Amphibian Downpour is cool, though. Man, I love frogs. Hedron Archive. Okay, so they can play Garuda next turn. I guess I'll throw down Hamza here. Hamza and get some landfall. This is one of the auto sack lands, so it will give me 2 landfall triggers. Nice, Overlord. And boop. I'll just commit everything to the board. Because I can. Ooh, Ancient Green Warden, too. Come on, you know you wanna. Aww. Hey, wait, they freed my boy. Boy is freed! Long live the king! More lands. More! More! Boy deployed. I love to be deploying the boyins. Nice, 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 nice. Now, do you want to roll them bones? Any Garuda action? They have 6, right? I'm not miscounting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, okay, it's Garuda time. What do I mill? What do they mill? Aftermath, Analyst, or Shuldred, or Thassa. Thassa lets you roll again. Shuldred just punishes and rewards, depending on who's drawing the cards. But no, they want to go again. They might be running the clones version of Garuda, which is looking to empty out the entire deck. No, they cloned my Hauntwoods. Overlord of. And since they have so many lands, they can, like, pay 1 or 2 to reanimate something from the graveyard. Okay, how much mana do I have? Like a bunch. How many forests do I have? I'm, like, trying to think if I have lethal off Nissa here, because I have 1, 2... 6, so +6, +6. I think Nissa Hoof. Yeah, Nissa Hoof Behemoth and swing in. I'm not running Craterhoof Behemoth, but since my deck is almost entirely green and running a ton of forests, Nissa is like Hoof. And they die. I did the math. Mostly. GG. Nadu Winged Wisdom. Nadu gets you lands or cards in hand whenever it's targeted or another creature you control is targeted by a spell or ability, which adds up quickly, except this is the nerfed Nadu that can at least only trigger twice per turn, but that's twice on my turn and twice on their turn. I'm gonna throw down this Lotus Cobra. Normally, Felly is pretty fun, but targeting their stuff isn't going to pay off for me because, you know, Nadu. Uncounterable Nadu on turn 2. Well, at least I have mad mana here. I am going to go for a Pawk this turn, and I'm going to hope I get another land. Somebody has a free spell. Subtlety? You don't want to use it, do you? No, you don't. If I get a land, I can double it with Pawk. And set up for, like, a Scape Shift, doubling all the lands the next turn. Because I can just play Hamza next turn if I get a untapped land. Actually, even if I get a tapped land because of Pawk. Bone Saw. They can equip it twice. They have 2 mana. No, Spring Heart and Nantuko. They want to duplicate this with landfall. That's actually very scary. They still get 1 more mana because of this Mystic Sanctuary coming in, triggering this to get the treasure. And they've got both of the Nadu triggers this turn. And they swing in for 4 in the air. Come on, land! That's not a land. That's an elf. My deck does have some extra mana in it, just to make sure. But if I don't find it, then I could be in trouble. Arenicus's Vile Duplication is going to make a vile second copy of Nadu, which itself has the ability to be triggered twice. You like the waifu Lenore elves? It's good, right? I spent my hard-earned in-game currency on buying this waifu. It's the only one I bought. Alright. I'm going to try to Scape Shift. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I know they have something. If it's Subtlety, though, like, Subtlety does not actually work on Scape Shift. Okay, great. I am going to get some lands for Pawk to duplicate. So I will go for... I'll have up to 6 mana. I think 1 actual fetch. Going for the auto sack lands will also get me a ton of triggers off the Lotus Cobra. And I want things that can come in untapped. Let's go Fabled Passage. Maybe Command Tower. Just to, like, make sure I have my fixing here. So Pawk is going to get me some copies. Perfect. Got mana for days. Henge as well will be available to me. I love this. Green, 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 green. Playing the Henge. Bringing out the Hamza. We're trying to bring out the Hamza. Oh, I have not actually played the land for turn. Cool. Doesn't really matter what color I get, so let's just go for another basic forest. If you're wondering why am I not saving that to get another trigger on Pawk next turn, it's because I'm going to try to get more done this turn. Alright, that's a Delighted Halfling. Love a wee hobbit. This will allow me to play an additional land. This is my additional land. And it will get me 2 more landfall triggers. I will get more green stuff. I'm just seeing which creatures I have here. Okay, Mossborn and Hobbit. Since I got this here, I might be flipping this, playing this. I have the mana up for this Explore, too. Landfall and taking game actions. It's just how it is. Put that Lush Portico into play. Nice Necro Bloom. Scoop Bug. I'll keep a Scoop Bug on top. I will play Fanatic of Ronus. Drawing that. I believe ending the turn. I guess I'll swing in with the Pawk. I mean, he's there and he's big. Great. My hand is full. My board has a bunch of great cards I could flip up. And I think that if they can't either kill me this turn or clear my board with like a River's Rebuke, I'm very well set up to kill them. I could do something like flipping over Mossborn Hydra. It can be doubled, and doubled some more off my various land getters. Pawk making that even better. But they do have some aerial damage here I can't stop. How did Hamza get matched against Nadu? Since Nadu's nerf, he matches a bit more generally. And I would say that a lot of the landfall decks, Omnath, Nadu, Tatiova, all match in the same general area. They're not the strongest commanders, but they can be very annoying, especially when they start taking extra turns. Mine can't. I guess you could put an Ugin's Nexus. I wouldn't. Oh yes, not Nadu. I mentioned this at the start of the match. Only triggers twice a turn, but they have 2 Nadu, so each of them triggers twice a turn. Ooh, going down to 3. They bolted that in, giving them so much mana. The army of tireless provisioners, they have 4 of them now. Gertie. I mean, 1 Lotus Cobra is bad enough. 4 of them? Yikes. Okay, they swing for 9. They're getting the Unctus trigger here, since they had turned both of these into artifacts as their triggers. Okay, Lava Spur Boots. And we know that they could, like, trigger both Nadus by casting, say, Shore Up next turn to get more triggers. Like, it's easy enough for them to do that. And it also gives them an untap so that I have more blocking power. Okay, Sylvan Safekeeper. That's another nice ability. Lets them target by sacrificing lands. Itty bitty jetty. They're using up a lot of this mana here, but I guess they kind of have like a free way to trigger it if they don't want to use the Shore Up. They're gonna do the do with the Nadu. I'll sacrifice a forest. Drawing a card. And let's see, do I have lethal by just swinging in? Because they can untap that, make food, make enough mana to eat the food. I don't believe so. So I will start by playing Dear Friend Billiam here. I want to double with Harrow on Pawk, if I can. Flare of Denial is what they've had this whole time. Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. 1, 2, 3. Get it more counters. Tapping you. Flip that up. Oh, I just realized, because I hadn't cracked that before. I won't be able to get the double off the hair out. That's fine. I could just get the double off of land. I don't think it matters that much, but sure, make it extra tall. Extra flippy floppy. I'll double up this verge. Or actually, let's go with the doubled up on Riveteer's Overlook. To maximize the landfall triggers here, because they're all going to trigger twice. Thanks to the flipped over Green Warden. A Pock doesn't trigger twice, but the rest do. I wouldn't put it beyond a Nadu deck to run Fog either. It is technically in this format. Well, interesting. Hey, Exit Eternity, thank you for the hot dogs and for the 9-month resub. Thank you for subscribing at tier 2 while I take game actions, as we do. Honestly, I think I should get to take as many game actions as I want against Nadu decks, because I have sat through so many Nadu games. It's going. A little more black, a little more white. Some of this, some of that, one of these, one of those, one to use. Okay. I have lethal without attacking as well. I have an iridescent Vine Lasher, and I drew a Shia. Playing both of those with Hamza out will put every single creature I have into play as a land, which will deal damage directly to them. GG. Ureni of the Unwritten. It's a Dragons deck. For 7 mana, they get a 7/7 that checks the top 8 of their deck and puts a dragon into play. I built Ureni as a Dragons deck that is also like you could substitute Ureni for Miriam right when this came out. It's really fun. I love getting to play dragons. You can make it more of a tempo deck, sort of a ramp deck. There's a lot of different ways you can build it, and they're all good. Like, all of them. I am going to make this Temple Garden into, like, the ultimate land here. And use Rampant Growth to grab just more green stuff. My deck is pretty much a mono green deck with a tiny bit of other colors just to supplement getting removal and stuff in there. Do I want to start bugging? It's like I can play Hamza this turn or get Rog, but I don't really have as much mana as I would want for that. Oh, an Exit Eternity! Thank you for gifting 5 subs. Thank you for gifting subs to Igarvulo, Siegebreaker, Evan, Blazed Tarnish, and Devstets. Thank you. We're celebrating the first day of spring. It's also May Day. It's not like the first day of spring by the solar stuff we do. That was like a month ago. It's also incorrect. Spring starts now because the cherry blossoms just opened where I am. And it's really pretty and very pink and full of pollen. I have had such terrible allergies. If I sound more congested than usual, that's why. Nice. They got Lathless revealed because they beheld a dragon. Hey. It was Lathless. Oh, Sarkhan's also going to discount their dragons. Hamza? Forest. I got an Intego. Outdoor activity starts today. This costs only 5 mana. Oh, that's cool art for Lathless. It's the Jumpstart art. Imrith for just 4 mana. Sarkhan is going to become a dragon. Sarkhan is going to become a dragon. Sarkhan can hit me and also draw a card. I could flip that over just to, like, start going wider. I'm wondering if I want to start spilling out things like that. Scoop Bug. Stomper. It's like, I don't feel like I need this making more insects when I have this making more insects. I'll swing in with the Hamza, since it's a 5/6. We got Tireless Provisioner. That might be worth flipping up if I get more lands. I can ephemerate this to get more lands, too. Nice. Laplas! Would you also like to be a Laplas? This is so much flying damage. Alright, I'm down to 2. If I can't kill them here, I'm probably dead. Let's see. We got this. We got that. Make my monsters grow! Okay, cliff top. Hamza's a hefty heffalump. Yeah, but he doesn't have reach. Only the frog has reach. Lands are falling. Bill. Not enough. I could play this frog. I could play or flip up this frog. But I am sadly dead to the fact that I can't reach. Bugs are on the ground. Dragons can fly. But they want to get a Rennie trigger, so they're going to get an Rennie trigger here. They also gave a Rennie haste because it triggers on both enter and attack. Which will also let Sarkhan trigger as a Rennie. Yeah, all the cool frogs know how to hop. They get their triggers. Oh, it's sushi. I'll eat a delicious snack. I actually think this might be my Rennie deck. Since it has it's sushi and Imrith in it. Nice. Oh, hey, other Rennie. That's just gonna kill a bunch of these. Sometimes dragons are dragons. Here, I can flip up my frog in response. They'll never see it coming. Quick. Quick. Frog. Frog. Go. I said, go. Go. Oh, it's trying to make me confirm sacrificing the treasure. And I will do a teeny tiny block. But it is not enough. GG, Rennie. Vico, Death's Doorkeeper, is able to reanimate creatures by recasting them, putting them into hand, and making them into 1/1s. Also, spirits. You can cast everything from, you know, Emrakul to the things that put Emrakul into your graveyard for just 1 mana, and it's scary, and you should be afraid of it. I think I'll go for a plain old forest here. And I'm going to put a sprawl on it so it can tap for white. Perfect. could throw down a Felia since I don't have any good ramp here. Felia and Ephemerate. I don't think I need Ephemerate if I have the Felia. Undead Butler is going to be self-milling for them. Usually there's also some discard in the deck. But things that are able to, like, mill, be sacrificed to Vaco, or discard and do it. They all work. Nice, there's a repeatably sacrificable thing. Felia, come on out! Doot, doot, doot. I have 4 mana. Sweet spot's at 5. I don't really want to blink Butler or Vaco, so I will play Trail of Mystery, even though it has no enter the battlefield. And just blink it, just to get a counter onto Felia. Auto sack land. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the auto sack land here. And I'll grab a swamp. Where's my swamp? There it is. I don't have that many non-forest basics in this deck because you just don't need them. Angel of the Ruins. They can put that in a graveyard to get rid of both Trail of Mystery and Utopia Sprawl this turn, which is very rude. I need those for ramping. I won't be able to play Vorinclex or Hamza next turn if they bring out the Angel. And the Angel's coming out. It's going to be a 1/1 instead of being a, what is it, normally a 7/7 flyer? 5/7 flyer. Are you going to extort me as well? Vaco. Such crimes. Such crimes you commit. Well, that's something I can blink. And blink I shall. I'm going to mill 2 to put lands in my graveyard. I'm going to use Felia to blink this to put even more lands in my graveyard. And it costs 4 to sacrifice that, so I don't really care about leaving up mana here, and I'll just Surveil to try to put even more lands in the graveyard. Is that a land? Perfect. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6 lands in the grave. That's pretty nice. If I could, like, Hamza and do that. Ooh, return triumphant. They're gonna mill themselves again. Are you a hero? You are a hero. I didn't mill anything too scary. That's gonna be more mill at the start of their next turn. They're tortin'! Ooh, Fanatic of Fronis could also be fun. Just for, like, more mana, more fun. I'll play Hamza. And I will blink the Aftermath Analyst again. Trying to just get maximum lands in the graveyard so I can bring them all back, trigger Hamza, you know, a bunch. But if they mill something really scary, I don't have removal here for Vaco. See. Oh, they milled Kozilek. It could be worse. A 1/1 Kozilek does refill their hand. Overlord lets them just put Kozilek back into their hand. Also, I feel like 1/1 Overlord's still pretty dang fine. Ooh, Abiding Grace, because they got some 1-drops maybe to bring back. The Cult Conscript. The sacrificables are oftentimes 1-drops. Looks like they're gonna go for that fine filling of the hand. Ow. Baby Kozilek. And I get hit. For 1. Bringing out the Cult Conscript. I want to get those lands in the graveyard. Nice stand, Tuco. Could either Fanatic or flip that. gonna flip that with you. We're just gonna go super turbo wide. Attacking with you both. Blinking the Aftermath Analyst. And then getting ready to sacrifice it very, very soon. I could just do it right now. Yeah, I'll do it now because I'm impatient. Watch them just, like, massacre worm me. Wow, that's a lot of landfall. Nice. Well, let's see if I'm punished for my lack of patience. Because I wanted to make it go. Yes, Hamza is going. The lands are falling. The Hamza is having a good time. Good morning. Good morning. Or maybe they'll cast, like, Emrakul and steal all my creatures. Let's see, who got milled? Ooh, Stitcher's Supplier. That's always a good one. Lets you mill even more. I'm trying to see which cards I got. I have Hauntwood Shrieker, which allows me to turn other cards face up for just 2 mana. So I think it's kind of do or die here. Can they take out all of my stuff or nah? They could mill some more with this, the Overlord. They could, like, mill, bring back Stitcher's Supplier too. Ooh, Ugin's Labyrinth. Do you have something that has a mana value 7 or greater in your hand? Ooh, Lamog. Well, at least they can't cast that. They don't seem to have a discarder available to them, which, thank goodness. Okay, so maybe this is just board wipes. That's fine too. I'll put 10 of you over here and, like, 4 of you over here and I don't know, a couple dozen of these there. Great, and nobody has reach. I have all my lands, though, and a bunch of those are fetch lands. Bringer of the Last Gifts. Ooh, hello. So I happened to get a Shia, Bristly Bill, Iridescent Vine Lasher, and a couple other buddies. They were not paying attention to the things in my graveyard. They were only paying attention to the fact that they would get to kill all of my stuff. So, yeah. I think they're dying to Vine Lasher triggers. Because I have, how many lands entering right here? Make my bird big. And big in my bird. Bird enhance. Bird enhance. I want to see how big Mossborn Hydra gets on its own, too. Oh, I see. These are all getting doubled by Green Warden. That's why there's so many triggers. Yeah, they just, like, Rise of the Dark Realms to me. Or I guess Eerie Ultimatum for me. Are we done? Are we done? Okay. I think I've chose my targets. I have 85 triggers on the stack. My bird is absolutely massive. Sure, I'll grab a forest, put it into hand. Sure, I'll grab a forest and I'll put it into hand. Oh my god, it's a land entering, triggering an ability because it is a land. And the Vine Lasher goes pew 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 to finish them off. Cool. What a way to win. Tatiova Benthic Druid, another landfall commander. And I'm out here with, yes, turn 1 ramp into turn 2 ramp, but no potential extra lands here. Do I want to keep this? Okay. I'll keep it, but I'm keeping it because of the bugs. I love the bugs. Turn 1, we bring out the Arboreal Grazer, throwing this other forest into play. And they have card advantage, whereas I have, like, creature advantage off Hamza. It's sort of card advantage because they are the creature cards. I can flip them up. Ooh, that sure is a Lotus Cobra. Explore, find me land. Bam, land. And I will go for the Surveil here to try and set up something on top of my deck. Yeah, I'll go for the black Surveil land. Topiary Stomper. It gets me a land, so I think that it's keepable on top. It's sort of like, if I got a land, I could play like Spring Heart, and then that's fine. I think getting the land and then the next turn playing like Conduit of Worlds works fine. It's a very good ramp. I love a Plantosaurus. It also lets me grab white mana for the Necrobloom. And Hamza. I think right now, like, the priority is just ramp and set up because I have a combo. And it's a combo they can probably interrupt because, well, blue has access to counter spells. Ooh, they rumbled, throwing Kira, a bit of protection, into their graveyard. Brainstorm and Malevolent Rumble. They have 3 mana up here. You doing anything? No, you're not. That's correct, you were not doing anything. Oh, they're Interest Restorationing. That will get them 2 more lands, which floats some mana. Does the Shia after Hamza pull out every creature in your deck? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It also makes you immune to Cyclonic Rift in River's Rebuke. Wow, that was rude. They just tails ended my fetch. Not like a fetch land, but the dino fetching. This is such like a how do you do fellow landfall deck. Alright, so they're time warping. Just, I guess, 5 mana explorer that untaps your lands. Tatiova, uncounterable, followed by a landfall to draw a card, gain a life. 2 landfalls to draw 2 cards and actually gain 3 life, because Meister's Theater gains a life on its own. I'm certainly behind on lands. I mean, look at them. Uh-oh. I don't like that. I don't like that you're tootin'. I thought about putting Sylvan Tutor in this deck because it lets you very easily search out the combo piece. But I'm really not into tutors. You know. I'm going to throw Springheart Nantuko onto Topiary Stomper. I'm not able to copy it this turn, but in the future, hopefully I will, and just it'll help me empty out more basics from my deck in case I can't use like Ashaya and everything else. So like they fetched Ashaya because it's going to make all their creatures also trigger things. They're probably recurring Time Warp here, so they can do the Time Warp again. There's many ways you can loot Mystic Sanctuary as well, sacrificing it and then playing it again from the graveyard in order to continuously recur Time Warp. I am of the firm belief that Time Warp should not be in this format. I don't even think that's like an inappropriate belief. I think that's 100% solid. Like, yeah, it shouldn't. Make it exile itself at the very least. Please, Wizards of the Coast. Hey, Abuera, thank you for the sub. Thank you for supporting the channel. So now this enters, they are all lands. They're kind of doing what I want to do. If I get a tapped land, I could just go for cloning this Topiary Stomper. If I don't get any land, Conduit of Worlds to get the Verdant Catacombs. Howdy, tea time. I'm drinking tea too. That is a land that lets them play more lands because Ashaya turns it into a land. There is a land on top of their deck, and it's also a bounce land, so it'll put a land back into their hand. But if I get an untapped land, I just want to throw down Ashaya to set up to just combo the next turn. Like, that right there is the goal. Like, I just throw it down. Just throw this. Just throw this and this. Okay, they have a Cyclonic Rift, though. That's rough, buddy. Hi, Pock. Do not play Pock. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Okay, guys. So, they just entered into an infinite loop. Which will be gaining them life and drawing them cards, but it's very hard to exit. They already used their Tail's End. They are going to generate a ton of mana, but they need a way to get rid of their own Ashaya. If you're not familiar with this loop, if you have Ashaya in play and you play Pock, Pock will see himself as the first non-token land to enter and copy himself. The new copy of Pock will see himself as the first non-token copy of... Okay, you see where this is going? Of a land, and he will copy himself. And they will draw every card in their deck. And they will gain all of the life. And they will make all the mana. But they need a way to exit this loop. Or it just keeps going. You know how they could exit it? If they get like a growth spiral. They could growth spiral, put the Arid Archway into play, and return the Ashaya to their hand. And I believe that would cause it to exit. Sometimes it's like that they already have... Visage, you can't hit your own stuff. Yeah, do you think that they know? Like, there's no way you're playing a Tatiova deck and you don't know this. If they deck out, will that stop the draw triggers? Depends on how they order their triggers, because they could make it so they never actually draw by putting the draw underneath the Pock copy, and it will just cause the game to time out because it's an infinite loop. And they don't have to reorder the triggers. Stifle would also work. Yeah, that's why I actually said, like, they already used a Tail's End, because that's another way out of it. Would a growth spiral end it with the Pock trigger on a stack? Yes, you return the Ashaya to your hand, so the next Pock does not copy itself. So yeah, well, I guess we'll watch Tatiova take some game actions and I'll sip some tea. Oh wait, they have the growth spiral. Have they figured it out? They put Cabaret Courtyard in play. You had a way to exit the loop, and you didn't. Okay, great. So what's happening now is it is automatically resolving. They ran out of timeouts. And the way that the automatic ordering of the triggers works is that Tatiova's draw happens after the clone is. You can reorder it to happen the other way around. That's what they were doing before. But now what's going to do is it's just going to draw the game. Let's see how long it takes. And what an unsatisfying end to a game. I didn't have lands, and they had infinity lands. For better or for worse. Do not play Pock when you have Ashaya in play. Unless you, like, know how to exit out of it. They missed their chance. They didn't do it. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Hamza did awesome. The combination of just how good green landfall already is, with some of the multicolored landfall rewarding us for putting things in the graveyard, fetching more and more lands, and going absolutely nuts. Hamza's great. This deck is fun, and you don't need to rely on the combo. I just kept trying to do it in this video because, well, it's cool for the content, right? This deck works great, though. Combination of, like, just how good all the landfall cards are. Bristly Bill, Scythe Cat Cub, and Mossborn Hydra on their own are already such, like, a dastardly powerhouse that it feels like nothing else matters when sometimes those cards come into play. You combine that with the various, like, extra mana makers, your Lotus Cobras, Nissas, making everything into lands for combos, playing extra lands, doubling your lands. All of it is really, really strong with Hamza, or just on its own, because it's rewarding you for doing the thing you already want to do, which is playing a land. I think sometimes landfall is just like a little too busted, and sure, at least I'm not taking extra turns with this deck. That's like the one thing I feel like I have going, is I'm not taking extra turns. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander, especially one of the new ones that just came out in Arena, please let me know in the comments. I think that this deck is a blast, though, so I will absolutely recommend that you play it if you enjoy landfall and taking tons and tons of game actions. Game action addiction is real. We all suffer from it. But, like, you can also get wins while suffering. And make your opponents suffer, too. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day!